Hello everybody, this is a Grumpy Old Guy Gaming. Yet another edition of Dot Hack Tactics here. Do want to share with you a little of what we've got going on in the interim. We've moved Protag tonight for hit points purposes, as using him as sort of a job point conduit for us has worked out well, and we've got our characters more or less to the respective classes we would like to see them. It's just a matter of getting them where they need to go. As far as items go, he's pretty well decked out in the best possible items you could have right now. Got longsword, got solid armor, and you could see those knight stats well over 100 hit points. Fairly beefy individual. In the abilities, you've got move +2 plus the extra +1 from battle boots means that the knight's movement speed is going to be doubled, and it's going to allow him to get to a lot of places that a knight normally wouldn't get. You could see the move rating a 6 there. Still got guts for yell and accumulate, so should be some decent damage coming out of Protag as we go along here. Moving to the next character, Sukasa. Got him up to Summoner in the last run. Items aren't really much of a big deal with casters, but you could see a decent MP pool of 37 there. More important are the abilities. The summon magic being the primary ones, still have black magic as a fallback. Pardon me for 1 second. That short charge ability we've got on Tsukasa means they're able to cast much quicker than usual. Move find item is just basically there in lieu of a better one. Better movement skill. Kite's made it up to Archer, well, back to Archer after starting out there. Shortly after the original Squire class time was done for Kite. But now we've got Punch Art for Wave Fist, which we could actually go ahead and change out if we wanted, since we've got Concentrate, which will always hit. Just not really sure what else we've got in the way of a useful... Well, you know what? We do have items. Let's go ahead and let Kite use potions in the meantime if need be. Picked up the catch ability, so if an item is thrown at Kite, he can in fact catch it. Concentrate means he'll never miss, and again, move +2, getting that movement speed up to 6 with the battle boots. Mistral, still set as our priest. Again, nothing too fancy or wonderful about the items. 38 magic points. And if you look at her abilities, you've got white and black magic. Nothing set in that reflex spot. But in her white magic, we've able to pile up a few really potent spells. We've got Cure and Raise, still haven't moved up the ladder on either of those. Got Protect and Shell, and then the single target that combines the two as Wall. Also picked up Asuna to get rid of nasty status effects. And just learned Holy, which drops an unreal amount of damage out. Last but not least, the one we've been working on the longest and probably the hardest, Sanjuro. Able to equip an iron sword, but that's only because of our equipped sword ability there. Normally samurai are limited to katanas, which are somehow weirdly labeled knives when it comes to the skill tree. We've also got Punch Art in there for Chakra. Chakra being an ability that allows Sanjuro to replenish the hit points and magic points, the health and mana of himself and any nearby allies on the same plane within the little one square cross to each cardinal direction, which comes very much in handy with two casters in the party. So we've got two fairly beefy fighters in Sanjuro and Protag, two fairly potent casters in Tsukasa and Mistral, and Kite sort of rounding things out as the archer, the jack-of-all-trades utility type. We're going to do a random battle here, and if that goes well, we may just go ahead and try the next story battle. Back to the familiar Mandalia Plains. Setting up on this side, definitely not so bad for us at the moment. Question is, how do we want to set up? Kind of feel like we want Protag over here. We actually want Sukasa over on the far flank. Switch Kite in Protag's spot. Put Mistral behind. And Sanjuro front and center. I can't remember if Mistral will be on the same elevation plane as Sanjuro. Fairly certain Tsukasa will, and if they all three are, that means that Sanjuro's chakra will constantly be replenishing mana for both Mistral and Tsukasa. Sukasa, it's worth pointing out, got the Moogle summon last encounter. This time out, we had just learned Shiva, which is an ice element summon, so if we have any goblins coming this way, they are weak to ice, and Shiva's going to do a little extra damage. See a Chocobo right away, and I know last time I said I was a little split as to whether or not the word worked as a plural or a singular. I'm also not sure if it's Chocobo or Chocobo. But we now have two Chocobo as I'm going along, and works beautifully as a plural, as well as two red panthers, and a goblin. They're making their way through. Going to start with a yell. Take a quick gaze here. Yep. Sanjuro, Mistral, and Tsukasa all on that 0H elevation. Going to yell once to up Protag's speed just the slightest bit, and then we'll start accumulating. White magic. Let's go ahead and throw a wall up around Protag. Already high defense for being a knight, and we're gonna go ahead and increase it with the wall spell. Not that it really needs the shell effect, we're just gonna go for it anyway. Not much Sanjuro can do on this initiative count, so we'll just wait it out. Same thing with Kite. And there you see the nice animation. Shell and Protect go off perfectly. Also gonna wait it out with Sukasa. So far, early battle, the only one that's benefited is Protag. Enemies closing in. I think this will be the round we start things off. Looks like Enos the Chocobo going to be the first one into the fray. Guarded and a 45-point counter. So all the investment in Protag really paid off there. Other Chocobo comes from the other side and takes a peck at Tsukasa for 28 damage. Let's take a look at what we've got ahead of us here. We cast some protection magic this way. Wait it out. Sanjuro will use Chakra. That'll heal Sukasa back and give some MP back to Mistral. Of course, the escutcheon is a bow gun and not a hard and fast bow. So we're not going to be able to pull off any sort of shenanigans as far as shooting over and around our lines. However, we do have the concentrate skill, so we know that wherever we fire, we're going to hit. Go ahead and make the most of this protect by moving Kite into the square along with. We get a 4 for 4 there. Charge +1, dealing 21 damage, and Kite dodges the Chocobo's counter. Have our choice of Moogle and Shiva. We'll play cautious here at the beginning. You know what? We're actually pretty good on hit points. Let's go ahead and introduce y'all to Shiva. Only one turn to cast. Nice thing about summons is they'll only hit enemies. Goblin just out of range if we want to hit the others. But you can just sort of sit there. It's a bit of a wider range of effect too. It'll hit right away, so why not? Go ahead, cast Shiva. See the sprightly image pop up, throwing ice shards all across the field, dealing 51 quality damage to 2 targets. Part of me really wants to move and take out that Chocobo. Part of me really wants to hold the line and damage this one further. I'm going to play it, once again, cautiously, defensively, and just keep Protag doing his nightly duty, holding the flank. Red Panther will move up, attempt to poison Kite from behind, and will succeed. Comes the other Red Panther. This time just going for a good old-fashioned scratch, and that will also hit. Mistral now on Asuna duty. Got a 90% success chance there on Kite. Let's go ahead and target the panel. Nice thing is, Kite's completely surrounded, which doesn't sound immediately beneficial until you realize that means nobody else can get in for a shot. This Chocobo had a chance at Kite, but decided instead to take yet another peck at Tsukasa before running away. Sanjuro going for a 4-person chakra. Keeping that core intact and healthy. It's gonna miss the majority of this cross. And it missed the one we were hoping to hit, so no job points there. That was an unfortunate letdown. Could use an item. I think we're going to use an item. Oh, he doesn't have antidotes. I guess that's something to work on for the future, huh? Let's go ahead and attack. But which one to attack? 148. That one's at 99. We could get a charge plus 1 off pretty easily. See, he's taking 10 damage as Kite from poison. Protag misses an attack on Red Panther. Charge plus 1 goes off without a hitch. Can't really resist the chance to hit all of these enemies, can we? Gonna play it a little risky here. We'll try for an Asuna yet again. Can't imagine it missing twice. And we get the back-to-back cast here. Once again, Shiva coming down. Saw 113 damage to the goblin, really weakening the enemy field there. Protag's wall comes crumbling down. Time to see if Asuna is going to pay off for us this second time. There it is. Second time's the charm. We've cured the poison. 36 job points, hard-earned, but worth it. Red Panther is going to come around, take a scratch at Tsukasa. Ruka Prone, the other Red Panther, is going to come around alongside Protag. Keep assaulting that left flank. Sanjuro just going to keep on the support duty. Keeping our casters as militant as they possibly can and keeping that mana supply flowing. Choco Cure is going to come from the Chocobo. It's not going to hit the Goblin, which is a curious choice. Just replenish the Panther in itself and then retreat as Chocobo do. Second one's actually going to go over to the Goblin and heal it, so that makes a bit more sense. Go for a 45 damage strike against the Red Panther, and Protag will hold the line. Does look like Protag's getting a bit dinged up, so it may be time to cure a bit. Have 15 guaranteed damage against the Red Panther over there. Can't pass that opportunity up. Kite once again taking the shot that counts most. Have an instant cure lined up for Mistral. Let's go ahead and send it party-wide. She could see the protect spell she had cast earlier has worn off. Precious hit points that has saved. Sukasa back on the cast. Not quite enough mana for another Shiva, but more than enough for an ice attack. Ice will just about do it for the Goblin and certainly put a second thought into the Panther's head. Speaking of just about do it, we've knocked the other Red Panther down to 1 hit point. And just as quickly as things were looking kinda dismal, they swung back in our favor as we've got 2 badly weakened enemies, and the Chocobo will be scrambling from the far right of the map to get back to healing. Sanjuro should be up soon, which should give us a nice mana replenish. She could see the Panthers scratching and running away. Withdrawing as they will. Not sure if that one's going to escape a 6 movement archer though. As I said, Sanjuro continues with the support, really only moving him out for offense when needed. At least at the moment. This is the moment we were kind of hoping for. We've got the Chocobo grouped together with a weakened Goblin, so Shiva, more or less a certainty to come from Sukasa next time. let's go ahead and get some protection magic back. Cast it on our core panel there. Just sort of wait up. Goblin's going to move around to the side and take a cheap shot at Kite from the flank. Not going to get him out of Shiva range, though. Decide not to give the Panther chase since we've got the Protect spell coming up here. And instead we are going to charge a guaranteed hit up against the Chocobo beside us. Protag, however, will give chase to the Red Panther, making it the entire way to the edge of the map. Finishing the job. Finally notching us a kill. Now it's time to bolster some more physical defense. As long as we get a successful hit, that's more job points to Mistral. Charge +1, hitting for a quality 21, and Kite again knowing just when to dodge, showing that twin blade agility. Now we've got the remaining 4 monsters in a very short piece of turf as far as the map goes. Very close bunch. Those are the words I'm looking for. Use a chakra just to make sure we are all topped off and as healthy as we can be within this main group. Job level up for Sanjuro. Now it's time for Sukasa to do Wave Master things in Wave Master places. Instant Shiva. Center it right on Kite because it can't hit friendly targets. Kind of see there his squares red. All of the surrounding enemy squares, however, are lit up green. Has a 0% chance to hit Kite. But we're targeting the panel and not the unit, and that's the goal. For the 3rd time this battle, Shiva is going to rain ice down upon the field. This one's going to hit 4 enemies and should kill the goblin. That it does. Now we're to a 5-on-3, and the Chocobo are still in hardcore cure mode. Meaning that the only offensive unit right now the enemies have is a Red Panther that's going to feel very alone the way things are going. Cheeky little Choco attack from the Chocobo. Idota? Is that the name? Have a chance for some instant fire damage here. Can't pass that opportunity up. $38 quality damage to the Red Panther and a level up for Mistral. Reason that was so huge is Protag able to charge the whole way back. 6 squares is an amazing amount of movement in this game. 35 damage. There you see Protag, still 66 hit points. Kite's gonna aim off somewhere in the distance here. And hits a critical 21 on the Red Panther, making sure that no Chocobo is gonna be able to cure it. Chakra by Sanjuro and not Spin Fist. That would have been a very serious miscalculation. Once again, keeping the casters good. Speaking of the casters, probably time to get Protag some hit points back, so we're going to go ahead and heal, since we know the Chocobo can't really do anything to us at the moment. And pair that up with a Moogle that we're going to cast on that dead goblin, which again won't work at all, but still should hit Protag. Moogle's going to go off first. And now that we've had all of the fun you could possibly imagine with the casters, the Chocobo are going to come back in. And I think it's time to unleash our full martial force. Sanjuro, Kite, and Protag. who should be very fine on hit points as far as this battle goes. Move Protag around, outflank the flanking Chocobo. 45 solid damage. Kite. Hitting for 18. Looking at 3 turns. Definitely going to hit before that Chocobo can move. So we'll just go ahead and bolt the area around. Let Mistral finish there. Our Protect spell wears off. Sanjuro with 1 more chakra. And then it's time to get mobile. Steering clear of the bolt spell, seeing if the second Chocobo will move into range, and sure enough it will. It will go for a Choco Cure and try and help its friend out. In the process, opening itself up to even more damage. Not too often that a Chocobo is going to heal more members of your party than its own, but that is exactly what happened there. By the way, not something we're overly sad about because it does create some distance between the 2 birds, and allows us to focus on the one that came in for the save. Go ahead and Moogle. Getting our martial units squared away. Being a bit more mana efficient on our spell casting now that we don't have the endless mana battery going. Move Kite out here to watch Protag's back. And since he's got guaranteed hits, charge +1. Cast time is 2. Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure that Sanjuro wouldn't be moving during that time. So we will go ahead and bolt this Chocobo indirectly. Well, ooh, that's tricky. I think what we're actually going to do is move up a square with Mistral. Her first movement of the day, actually. And now we could safely execute that without hitting any friendly targets. Kite's charge goes off for 21 damage, which will set up Mistral's bolt, which will hit for 34. And now you can see with the Chocobo divided, it's going to be very difficult to set up that Choco Cure. Instead, going right after Sukasa and a powerful 70 damage hit. There you can see a crystal turned in. We're going to have to cut this Chocobo off and see what Sanjuro can do from an offensive standpoint. 42 damage. Necessary damage. Setting up Protag here, who's going to come cross-map here and go after this Chocobo. Hit for 45 quality damage. Forcing yet another Choco Cure and retreat. Mistral up. Time to try and raise Tsukasa. Only an 84% chance. Getting to safety just in case and moving closer to that crystal to make sure that no enemy unit picks it up. Kite will finish the job on the Chocobo. And then move to cut off any escape route that the lone remaining enemy might have. Let's see if Tsukasa will come back here. Perfect. Mistral comes up clutch there. Now nothing to do but finish off this last enemy. Weakened greatly by that attack by Protag. Yet another pair of crystals popped up there. So there are 3 chances for full health and mana replenishment. Which is what we're trying to avoid that Chocobo getting. Sanjuro will move up and take 1. Let's go ahead and restore the hit point and mana. Yeah, we'll just wait it out there. Mistral will take the 2nd. Once again, restoring hit points and mana. And the 3rd will go to Sukasa. Dead just 1 round to go, now fully replenished. Protag will continue the endless struggle against the Chocobo. Kite trying to move in range as well. Nothing left to attack here. You know what? Let's use an item. Why not? Let's use a potion. It's only going to heal 3 hit points, but it's job points. So we'll take it. Move Sanjuro up. Now the battle looking as grim as it possibly can, and the Chocobo has decided to wisely retreat before Choco curing. Entire party moving up. Seems that the Choco Cure is definitely doing their best to keep the Chocobo in this. Wonder if we can reach with a Moogle from here. Nope. Just, well... yeah, just out of reach of a Moogle. Shiva also painfully close but no cigar, so it's just a waited out turn for Sukasa. Sanjuro and Kite moving into position. Chocobo once again moving, and now it's a cornered Chocobo. Don't see too much good coming from that maneuver. Don't think we have the MP for Holy. Nope, 56 is the amount needed for that, but it will be there for when we can use it. Go ahead and line up a 32-point bolt. That will hit instantaneously. And that should be all Protag needs to finish this off. Big job level up there. And the battle is won. That took a lot more time than I thought it would. And almost netted us 10,000. 10,000 gold to the pile. So I know I said we would do a story battle. You know what? I think we'll go ahead and check out our formation. and save up and make sure we get there safe. And then do the story battle right after. Picked up Mad Monk experience there. Trying to decide if it's worth losing the move +2 for the move hit points up. At this point, I don't think it is. But 816 from Knight is very nice. Still not sure what direction I want to take Protag in, so that's a bit of a stall on me. Sukasa is back up to 200 job points, which gives him the chance to pick up a second summon. We'll go with Ifrit. Kite as an archer, learning his way up the ladder, picking up charge +2. Also, not the most useful thing there. The items. I mean, it worked. It did work. Did we learn anything as a Lancer? No, but we can. Let's go ahead and learn a vertical jump. That'll allow us to attack higher up things if need be. That's not such a bad plan. Mistral at Priest, absolutely killing it with those job points. At this point, it's kind of kid in the candy store. What do we want next? Let's go ahead and learn Cure 2, as things are starting to hit with a bit more potency. Things we could pick up with Sanjuro. The Meat Bone Slash is an amazing ability when it hits, but you need to be hit with a critical to get it. Or you need to be in critical health. I much prefer the Blade Grasp of the two, but that's 700 job points I'll need for that. So we'll just keep hoarding for now on that. Quick save. And then over we go. And back in we go. Into the Zeklas Desert, which is actually going to split us up into 2 parties here. Going to take Protag, as he's kind of necessary for this first one. And we are going to team Protag up with... let's go with Kite. And over on this side, we'll go with Sanjuro and Tsukasa. Give Mistral the battle off, as we're only allowed to take 4 units in on this story battle. We should be joined here at Sandrat Cellar, or the Cellar of Sandmouse as you see it there, by Delita and Algus. Going to get some exposition early here. Talk about the Hokuton moving. Again, sometime down the road, I do plan on going through this game in detail. course, I do plan on getting back to a couple of my other projects as well. You can see us sort of lined up. It's a fairly balanced battle. It's 6 on 5. They got some fairly meaty combatants there. Got some monks. Maybe it's a 6 on 6. Just gonna accumulate out of the gate. Not gonna be moving the swiftest. But that's what our player character friends are for. Yeah, it's 6 on 6. They have 3 knights, 2 monks, and an archer. We have 2 squires, a samurai, a summoner, a knight, and an archer. Very weird setup here. Looks like their party is splitting. Now, for reasons I care not to divulge here, Algus is a little extra sacrificial lamb to me. So I'm not too worried about them crashing Algus at this point. Okay, we need to move up 1 square with Kite. And since Kite is a guaranteed hit, charge +2 is a beneficial call, dealing 18 damage. Move Sanjuro up and just waiting for the moment. Shouldn't trip his meter too far. Same with Sukasa, just kind of chilling out. Protag's going to move up. And this should pretty cleanly take out this monk. Yeah, I couldn't see him living through a knight with 1 accumulate. So Algus taking on 4 on his own, and he's just going to DoorDash there. 5 of the most quality damage you will ever see. And now their archer's going to have a little fun with Algus. Shoots past their knight's shoulder and through the door, but Algus dodges. Smart move on his part. Now he's just got to deal with a triumvirate of knights literally lined up to greet him at the front door. One of which he kind of bonked in the head. Going to move into position. Sanjuro is going to stand at the door and wave. Delete is going to charge in because that's what NPCs do. Again, hitting with a 12-point dash. Algus going to take a wicked 30 points and then counter tackle back for 15. So he's actually holding his own fairly well against Victor the Knight, but I think Nielsen's going to go up and make him really regret coming this way. Stays in and hits with a 20-point counter tackle. That is about as much as you can hope out of Algus. Kite's just gonna... You know what? Kite's not gonna move there. Kite's gonna move on this side of the door. And just gonna wait it out one more turn until he can get inside. Let's go ahead and move Tsukasa right by the doorway, and let's see what we can do with Ifrit. Drop it just on the inside there. Yeah, it seems like if we target that crate, we could hit both the monk and the archer. And that's really what we want to do. So Sukasa, calling the fire spirit forth. Gonna drop the burning hammer down, take out the archer, and cripple the monk. Not too much for Protag to do in this instance, so just gonna accumulate, not bother moving, keep that charge count full. Monk's going to take a parting shot at Delito, weakening him. That's Weasel the Monk. Yet another one of the great names in Final Fantasy, Weasel, with a Z. Let's go ahead, use our Endless Mana engine. Chakra also will put Delito back on his feet. Algus in serious trouble, we'll chew up one of our potions because they're there and he's got the item skill, which I'm fine with because he's also chewing up the attention of the knights. Kite will step inside, just hanging onto this back wall here on the edge of the map. Charges will take a while, and while we'd have more than enough time, we only have to deal 7 damage to this monk. Just like that, the enemy's down to the 3 knights they started with. Divide and conquer strategy worked pretty well. Delita's getting a little reckless, going for a 12-point stone throw, but it should distract the knights and scatter them a little. Victor a little confused on what to do, so he sort of takes the middle ground and defends. Nielsen comes back and hits Delita for throwing the rock at him. This is going to allow Protag to enter. Not really do too much else. We could yell some wish some hit points Delita's way. Instead, we're just going to accumulate and get ourselves in a better position to attack when that opportunity presents itself. All 3 knights now completely ignoring Algus, which I'm cool with, because I've kind of ignored him as well. Go ahead and cast some more summon magic. Let's drop Shiva here. Gonna hit all 3 of these knights. Move up Sanjuro. Yeah, let's be a sport about it. Charge him straight forward. Keep the endless mana battery going. And get Delita back in good condition as well. Not perfect, just good. See Shiva coming in. Last time we hit with the fire, this time we're dropping the ice. Takes out one of the knights, weakens the others. And Tsukasa making all the difference in this battle. Kite's gonna range from one side of the room to the other. Got 15 on the defending knight, got 15 on them both. Let's go ahead at the defending knight, because if I'm correct, this should still hit. Even defending, even with a high defense class, concentrate just cutting right through all of that. Drop Protag in right behind enemy lines. Taking out the healthier of the 2 knights with a wicked 85-point critical. And now Delita gets his chance to dash his way to victory. There you go, 24 points, and just like that, the story battle is wiped out right quick and in a hurry. Protag, of course, still not pleased. Says, took longer than I thought, should be noticing right now. That, of course, will make more sense when I do a formal cover of this game, or if you want to look it up today, find out for yourself. However, we will pick up 2200 gil, as well as 500 bonus skill, a high potion, and a blind knife, which gives us a status effect added on it. And more importantly, allows us to wrap up neatly here with a 3rd area to check out for next time. This has been a Grumpy Old Guy Gaming. Take care, everyone.